Carol O'Brien. She is the owner of Cedar Creek Apiary here just outside of Guttenberg, Iowa. And you're known for your overlook honey. As you're on the way into town, there's a beautiful overlook that overlooks the Mississippi, and that is your fine business. So Carol, how long have you been keeping bees?
40 years.
40 years. Tell me a little bit, how did you get into that?
Well, my husband went to what do I want to say? A mini workshops at this place called the School for Country Living in Kendrick, Idaho. But they had all these mini courses. Beekeeping was one of them.
So a little bit of a homesteading course, and you guys saw beekeeping and kind of latched onto it.
Well, we decided to have one hive of bees, and that hive of bees was right underneath a big old basswood tree, which is kind of my claim to fame. I'll be putting out signs that say basswood is here, you know, and people are really looking for that.
Okay, so why is that?
The flavor is just beyond. I'll give you a taste of it. It's almost kind of spearminty. I mean, it's
interesting.
Fresh as fresh can be.
So is it more? So it's got a real strong blossom. I mean, the tree has a really strong blossom to it.
Yes.
Or what? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's kind of has a
also called linden.
Linden.
And it's fun when people from Eastern Europeans who say live in Chicago come and I'll describe them and ask them if they want to taste it, and I tell them it's basswood honey. Though I have two other kinds, but basswood or linden, or I discovered from these Eastern Europeans that it's called lipa.
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 Okay.
Yeah, and so they can be from Czechoslovakia or Poland or even Russia. And when I say lipa, their eyes are just like saucers.
You started with one. I'm guessing that you've got more than one hive today. I'm guessing a little bit more.
Right, I have 200, but
200.
I won't go beyond 200.
200, that's the limit?
Yes.
I'm sure, yeah, because I understand that, you know, bees go in hives, and the hives, you go in and you extract the honey. Tell me a little bit, but that's about it. So tell me a little bit about the process of what you do here.
Okay, well, the first couple of things that start blooming are maple and willow, and the bees won't make honey from those things, but they go after that pollen.
Okay.
And I supply the nectar, if you will,
sure.
Until the dandelions, maybe. But the dandelions can be fickle because the weather can be cold and the weather can be rainy or whatever. So you kind of have to babysit them and then put a second box on, and the queen will come up into that box and lay brood in there. And you just keep building your hives.
Sure.
And until, you know, I may be feeding bees a couple weeks before the basswood, which is right around the 4th of July. This year it was a little bit earlier.
Okay.
But feed them just enough, because you don't want corn syrup honey, you know, but just enough prior to the basswood, and then boom, then they start making, you know, bringing in nectar. And bees don't make honey, they bring in nectar from the flowers and dry that down and turn it into honey by, now this gets into the weeds a little bit.
Hit me, I'm ready.
Okay, there are bees that are foragers, but some forage for pollen and some forage for nectar.
Okay.
The ones that bring nectar home take that nectar from the flower and put it in, it goes into their honey stomach, which has enzymes, and that mixes with it, and the bees regurgitate that to other bees in the hive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And
then those bees will take it and store it in a cell, and they're constantly flapping their wings, dehydrating. You know, at the height of the season, there'll be bees on the landing board, just And 90 degrees is like the optimum temperature, you know.
Really?
Sometimes I hate it, but I think, Carol, you're doing this.
It's for the bees.
You are loving this for the bees. And besides, you know, nothing like a good sweat.
Oh, right, right.
So
then you're taking all this honey and then you're selling it on the roadside. Tell me a little bit about that.
oh, well, years ago, I didn't even have a tablecloth. But my husband and I are from Dubuque originally, and we would go from Garber to Dubuque and back again, you know, and I don't know how long the overlook has been there, but it's like there. That, because I did a farmer's market, and nothing against farmer's markets, but I really wanted to make it a going concern. And so there I was, day in, day out. You know, are people gonna come?
Right,
It's like the Field of Dreams, you know. If you be there, Carol, they will eventually come, and they have. And I mean, it's just amazing. It's this perfect spot. People come from the cities, Rochester, Des Moines, Chicago, you know, from as far away as Texas, even. And it's just been amazing. And I do mail order, have mail order cards that go into everybody's hand. Would you like a mail order card?
Yeah.
And it's been amazing. I've had more business during the COVID than I have ever had.
Interesting, yeah.
Because people need to get out. And what a perfect thing to take a drive and
take a drive, go up the river road, admire the absolute beauty, which is the driftless area of the Mississippi River Valley, and stop and grab a little bit of honey. Carol, thanks so much for having us. This has been quite the experience for me, but I can't wait. So we're going to take a little bit of time. Let's go open up some stuff, and thanks for having us in.
Okay, you're welcome. Thanks for coming.